Have you ever looked at someone and just wondered, how do they get it all done? They seem to have 48 hours in a day, always energized, hitting goal after goal, while the rest of us, sigh, are just trying to keep our heads above water. What if I told you the secret isn't about hustling harder? It's not about natural-born talent or dumb luck. It's about their internal systems. It's about the small, almost invisible habits they practice every single day. And these aren't the cliches you hear every day. Over the next 30 minutes, we are going to unpack 6 habits that actually make a difference. And most importantly, I'm going to show you how you can start building them, even if you're feeling completely stuck. Grab a notebook and let's dive in. Habit 1. They master their mornings, but not how you think. And when I say morning routine, you immediately think 4 a.m. wake-ups, cold showers, and a 10K run, right? Chuckles. Let's forget that. Truly successful people aren't focused on punishing themselves. They're focused on priming their brain. Mastering your morning means winning the first hour of the day. You can wake up at 7 a.m., but those first 60 minutes are yours, not your boss's, not your emails, and definitely not social media's. Why does this matter? Because it sets your default mode. When you start your day reactively, checking notifications, your brain fires up in panic, fight or flight mode. When you start proactively, meditating, journaling, reading, light exercise, you tell your brain, I am in control. Today is a good day. Real example. Instead of grabbing your phone, try the 10-10-10 rule. 10 minutes of meditation or breathing. 10 minutes of reading, a real book, not scrolling. And 10 minutes of writing down your top 3 goals for the day. Quick tip. Prepare the night before. Lay out your gym clothes. Put the book on your nightstand. Fill your water bottle, reduce all friction. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. You just need to wake up and choose yourself before you choose the world. Habit 2. They practice deep work. This is a huge mistake I see young people make. They confuse being busy with being productive. Successful people understand the difference. They practice deep work, a concept by Cal Newport. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's where you produce real value. Most of us are just doing shallow work, answering emails, sitting in meetings, scrolling. These things feel busy, but they don't move the needle. Why does this matter? In our economy, the ability to do deep work is a superpower. If you can focus for 90 minutes straight, you're already lapping most people. Real example. Bill Gates is famous for his Think Weeks, where he completely disconnects to just read and think. You don't need a whole week. Start with 60 to 90 minutes a day. Block it on your calendar like it's the most important meeting you have. Quick tip. The Pomodoro technique, 25-minute on, 5-minute off, is good, but for deep work, try 50 minutes on, 10 minutes off, 50 to 10. And the most critical part? Put your phone in another room. Not on silent, not face down. Another room. Habit 3. They are relentless learners and unlearners. Successful people read books. Yeah, we all know that one, but it's deeper than that. They are lifelong learners. They don't think learning stops after graduation. The world changes too fast. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. But here's the critical part. The part that, like the crappy childhood fairy channel talks about. They are also masters of unlearning. Unlearning is the process of actively identifying and discarding outdated beliefs, bad habits, or mindsets that no longer serve you. Example. Maybe you were taught that you must always be busy to be valuable. That is something you need to unlearn. Or maybe you believe asking for help is weak. You have to unlearn that belief to be able to build a strong team. So how do you learn and unlearn? 1. Read widely. Don't just read business books. Read fiction to understand people. Read history to understand cycles. Read psychology to understand yourself. 2. Seek feedback. Actively ask for feedback. What's one thing I could have done better? Instead of getting defensive, just say, thank you for sharing that. 3. Self-reflect. 5 minutes at the end of the day. What worked today? What didn't? Why? Successful people aren't afraid to say, I don't know or I was wrong. Because for them, getting it right is more important than being right. Habit 4. They practice radical self-care. And I'm not talking about face masks and bath bombs, though those are great too. I'm talking about the real foundational stuff. The feel real good kind of holistic health. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Hustle culture has lied to us and told us that burnout is a badge of honor. It's a lie. Burnout is the enemy of creativity and productivity. Radical self-care means 1. Prioritizing sleep. They treat their 7-8 hours as non-negotiable. It's not laziness, it's performance. Your brain is cleaning itself and consolidating memories when you sleep. 2. Moving their body. It doesn't have to be a marathon, just daily movement. Walking, yoga, anything. It releases endorphins and clears stress. 3. Mental health. They aren't afraid of therapy. They meditate. They journal. They know that their mental state is just as important as their physical state. 4. Setting boundaries. This is the big one. They know how to say no. They say no to projects that aren't a fit. They say no to pointless meetings. They say no to checking email at 10 p.m. Quick tip: schedule white space into your calendar. Time to do nothing. Time to think, to breathe. That's where the best ideas come from. Success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to take care of the machine, your body and mind. Habit 5. They build systems, not just goals. Most of us are obsessed with goals. I want to lose 10K. I want to earn 1 billion. I want to get promoted. Goals are fine for setting a direction, but successful people know you don't reach goals by staring at them. They focus on systems. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." What is a system? It's the process you follow every day. Example: the goal is write a book. The system is write 500 words every single day, no matter what. The goal is run a marathon. The system is put my running shoes out the night before and run 3 kilometers every month free. Why are systems better than goals? Because a goal is a future moment. It creates pressure. If you haven't hit it, you feel like a failure. A system focuses on the present. You just have to follow the process. Every time you follow the system, writing the 500 words, you win. You build confidence and momentum. Successful people know that big results are the product of hundreds of small, boring daily decisions. Quick tip: habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an old one. Example: after I make my morning coffee, old habit, I will meditate for 1 minute, new habit. Or, after I take off my work shoes, old habit, I will immediately change into my gym clothes, new habit. Don't try to change everything at once. Focus on following the system. Consistency beats intensity. Habit 6. They practice empathy and build real connections. This is the one people skip. We think of success as a solo journey. We think of networking as a transactional game of trading business cards. Truly successful people, especially the ones who feel fulfilled, that feel real good style, they don't network. They build relationships. And the foundation of every real relationship is, pause, empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It is the superpower of leadership and collaboration. Why is this a habit of success? Because no one succeeds alone. You need a team. You need mentors. You need clients. If you can't empathize, you can't lead. If you can't listen, you can't sell. If you can't understand, you can't innovate. Real example. Instead of starting a meeting with, "Okay, what do we need to do?" an empathetic leader starts with, "How is everyone's week going? Any wins to share?" Quick tip: active listening. Next time you're talking to someone, don't just wait for your turn to speak. Actually listen. Then try to paraphrase. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying, it makes the other person feel heard. And that is the rarest commodity in the world. Be curious about people. Ask good questions. What excites you most about this project? What's your biggest challenge this week? Your success will be determined by the quality of your relationships. And the quality of your relationships is determined by your empathy. All right, that was a lot. Let's quickly recap these 6 game-changing habits. 1. Master your mornings by choosing yourself first. 2. Practice deep work, not busy work. 3. Be a relentless learner and unlearner. 4. Practice radical self-care. Sleep, boundaries, mental health. 5. Build systems, don't just chase goals. And 6. Practice empathy and build real connections. You see, none of these habits require magic talent. They require choice and consistency. Success isn't a one-time event. It's the product of what you do every single day. And now, I have a question for you. Of these 6 habits, which one do you find the hardest to implement? Or which one will you commit to practicing for the next 7 days? Share it in the comments below. I read them all, and I want to hear your story. And if this video was helpful, if it made you feel seen and motivated, please hit that like and subscribe button. We have so much more to unpack together. Thank you for your time today. Remember, be kind to yourself and live intentionally. I'll see you in the next